I just have to say, I love doing these sessions with y'all. Just, I love it.
Really?
I love seeing how your brains are processing it because every person is different and every
Mm-hmm.
person's brain works differently, but they all use certain things that are just really interesting to see how the brain's trying to give them the information. So it's really interesting to see your brain and how it's processing the data and giving you very specific pieces of information that you can't make the shit up. So it's great.
Yeah, we're just fortunate to have you helping us, to be
Oh
honest.
yeah, I'm happy to help. I'm happy to help y'all
Amazing.
get to the same level, if not further than I have. So, all right, what's the next one?
The next one's 444.
444. Okay. What'd you get with 444?
All right. So I got a house, but more importantly, like the pitch of the roof was sticking out.
Okay, so house, and you said pitch of the roof
Hmm.
sticking out. Pitch roof sticking out. Okay.
And then like the grains and wood. So it's like wood, but the grains and the
Oh,
smoothness of the wood was sticking out.
got it. So like when you look at a house, the top pitch roof is down, and then the beams or the wooden things that come out of the
Well,
bottom,
they
or
were totally separate. The
oh, okay.
woods, yeah, it wasn't the wood of the house. It was just wood.
Okay, so the grains of the wood and like the texture
Hmm.
of like the grain of the wood. So got
Yeah.
it. So wood textures. What color were the textures?
Um, it was just a regular brown, and then
Browns.
like the darker brown for the grains. Hmm.
Browns, darker browns. Okay.
And then I got four supports that would be like at the foundation of a house. So like if you had a beach house,
Mm-hmm.
I got just like four supports
Mm-hmm.
there.
Four
I also got,
supports.
mhm.
Okay.
And then I got shallow of breath. It just kind of became hard to breathe for a minute.
I get that. Hard to breathe. Okay.
And
Like
then I got,
anxious or anxiety.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Anxiety.
I also start feeling seasick.
Seasick, like you won't pass out or you won't faint or
Yeah,
throw
that
up.
and then like kind of nauseous. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
nauseous,
yeah.
nauseous. Got it. All right, what else?
And then I also had like sensations in my throat and head. They were painful. It wasn't like anything overwhelming, but it caught my attention just
Okay.
in my throat and then in my head. Yeah.
Head, throat. The sensations in your throat, did it feel like it was difficult to talk with the sensations, or it was like you had a knot in your throat or something like that?
Yeah, almost like a
Okay.
nine. Not yeah. I didn't get anything about it being hard to talk. And then I also got a silver metal bucket.
Silver metal bucket. So a round
Hmm.
silver metal bucket.
With the little silver handle. Yeah. And then the last one is the memory I got, and it was like playing in the sand when I went on a cruise, like years and years
Sand.
ago.
Got it. Sand
Hmm.
cruise. What about that was highlighted for you? What about that did you really connect with?
I guess just the sand itself, just
The
being
coloring of the
concentrated
sand,
on,
kind of,
yeah,
yeah,
interacting with the sand.
got it. Sand, sand, sand. Okay. All right. So to recap, you said you
Mm-hmm.
saw the pitched roof of a house and the
Mm-hmm.
things sticking out. So it's almost like you were paying attention to the pieces that were sticking out, like those angles, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you saw wood and the textures of wood, which are browns, like browns, darker browns, etc.
Yeah.
And then you saw four supports or four pillars,
Mm-hmm.
pillars, so straight lines or straight things. And then you said you felt it was hard to breathe.
Mm-hmm.
You felt a lot of anxiety. You felt
Mm-hmm.
seasick or nauseous,
Mm-hmm.
and you felt sensations in your head and your throat. You had
Yeah.
knots in your throat, or you had sensations in your throat. You saw you saw a round silver metal bucket,
Mm-hmm.
and then you saw a memory of you playing with the sand from a cruise trip, and the sand stood
Yes.
out, or the whatever the sand represented. Okay.
Right. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So there's a lot of recognizable so those three rings, these are wedding rings. One of them is a diamond, but they're all
Mhm.
rings. So how's pitch of the roof? I think that's just the angle, the way that those stripes are coming down at an angle, and it's got that
Okay.
vibe to it. Wood textures, I
Makes
think that has to
sense.
do with the coloring of the cement that it's on, because it's on cement.
Mhm.
Browns, darker browns, yep. Hard to breathe. People who get married, they start having anxiety. It's hard. They start getting nauseous. They want to throw up. I think you were picking up on what the emotional sensation of the experience would be around this. For
Okay.
supports or pillars, I mean, these things look like pillars. So they're just, if you look at the dark sides next to the white, there's actually going to be four corners there. So there's four. One, two, three, four. So
Got
you
you.
got that down. And then you got round silver metal bucket. Obviously, if you look at the top of a round silver metal bucket, it looks like the shape of a ring. So, and it's
Got
silver,
you.
which
Got
is
you.
what we got here right here. Sand and cruise, I think that's your brain showing you the background and how it looks all textured and looks like sand.
Got you.
That's
Makes
awesome.
sense.
Awesome.